Hi, readers. So on Wednesday, we talked about how researchers don't just study one topic. Real researchers take all that they learned about one topic and then expand their fields of knowledge to study other topics related to it, and then apply that knowledge to the whole animal kingdom or to whatever the broader topic of your topic of study is. So today I want to teach you that as readers research the similarities and differences between the things they are studying, they ask why. Are others the same? What explains this? And these questions lead to more thinking and more talking, which ultimately leads to more reading. So let's refresh ourselves on what we did on Wednesday. So remember on Wednesday, we read about penguin homes and frogs and toad homes. And then we talked about the similarities and differences between them. So let's remind ourselves. So we said frogs and penguins are similar because they both live in a great variety of places. However, we said frogs and penguins have differences too. One difference is that frogs live in more of the world than penguins. For example, frogs live in almost every country, while penguins only live in about 5 countries. Also, frogs live in more varied homes too. For example, their homes can be in flowers, rotten logs, or holes in the ground. On the other hand, penguins don't seem to have so many different kinds of homes. Another difference between penguins and frogs is that frogs can't live in super cold places, and penguins can. Awesome. So, studying 2 subtopics on 2 different animals is fantastic, but today we are going to push our thinking further and ask ourselves, why? So take one of the learnings and ask why. For example, I wonder why frogs can't live in cold places, but penguins can. What have I studied or what have I learned that could possibly answer that question? Could it have to do with them being warm-blooded and cold-blooded? That could be a possibility. Now, if I wasn't sure about the answer, I could then choose to study that question across different books and see if I could find the answer. And that's what you're going to be doing today, readers. So, to grow big questions and ideas in a comparative study, readers will read about a subtopic across several kinds of animals. Just like how I did. I read about penguin homes and I read about frog and toad homes. Same subtopic, different animals. Then we found similarities and differences between the animals. Then, which I just did now, is I ask why. Could I think, are other animals the same? What could explain this? And then you got to think about possible answers. Could it be that maybe it's because, Then you make plans for more reading, this time guided by those questions. So for example, I asked, can other animals only live in warm places and not cold places? Or for example, I'm already thinking, like polar bears or snakes, or are these animals only allowed to live in certain environments? That would be my question of research and try and find the answer for it today. Now I want you to try this, readers, but thinking about a different subtopic. And this time, it kind of has to do with science. We're thinking about life cycles. So we're going to read about growing up as a penguin and growing up as a frog or toad. We're going to think about the similarities and differences and then ask a big question, why? So first, let's read about a penguin growing up. A penguin chick grows quickly. Soon, both of its parents have to hunt in order to feed it. While its parents are away, the chick huddles with other chicks for warmth and protection. A group of chicks is called a crush. Crushes are guarded by adults that do not have chicks of their own. These guardians are called aunties. Several weeks after it is born, the chick loses its baby down, and its adult feathers start to show. Losing down is called fledging. Some scientists think fledging makes chicks grumpy. All right, now let's read about frog and toads growing up, and so we can compare and contrast and think about the similarities and differences. Most of the nutrients a tadpole needs are stored in its tail. It eats plants almost nonstop and grows quickly. As it grows and changes, the tadpole may even begin eating dead bugs. Within a few weeks, the tadpole's body, head, and tail are much longer than they were when the tadpole hatched. The tadpole above will soon form a neck between its head and body. All right, so remember we read about the subtopics. Now let's think about the similarities and differences. Well, one similarity I already noticed was that it said that penguins grow up quickly and their bodies change quickly, as do tadpoles. So that's a similarity. But one big difference I noticed is that penguins have support growing up. They have the aunties that watch over them. They stay together in a group to stay warm, where tadpoles are just totally on their own. Remember, now I'm going to take it to the next step and ask, why could this be? Are other animals like that? Do some grow up on their own too? What could explain this? And then that, if I don't know the answer to it, which I don't, that would be my focus of research for today. Okay, readers, so remember, it's important when you read, you need to ask why and ask big questions and grow your ideas. Okay, remember, read about the same subtopic, about several kinds of animals, find similarities and differences, ask why, think about possible answers, and then if you can't answer them, make plans for your reading guided by those questions. All right, off you go, readers.